Recording in progress. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the second interview of this great Tuesday of Double Tuesday interviews, I guess. As you saw earlier in the last video that I did, if I do this in order, which I plan to, I did an interview, hour-long interview with the legendary actor Troy Evans, and that was a good conversation. We might have him back for a Renegade Radio episode later on, because as you seen in the interview, he was interested in coming back because there's a lot more he has to say. We didn't really cover everything. You know, an hour, sometimes you figure you can cover everything, but you really can't. Sometimes if a person has a lot of stories and they've done a lot of things in their life, you need more time. So we might get him on again in the future. But tonight, for the second interview, we are doing an interview with former WCW wrestler Dave Sullivan, or Bill Sullivan, if you will. So hope you guys will enjoy that. But looks like Mad Dog has made it. How's it going there?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, not much, man. I'm glad that you wanted to participate because I didn't know from last night's show if who all wanted to be a part of it. Then I got your message. Well, I wasn't up this morning. I slept in and then I had stuff that I had to do, so I didn't respond right away. But
Yeah, no problem, Bob.
I just want to make sure
Oh,
that you had the right wrestler. So because I think you said Dick Slater at first. Yeah,
Dave Sullivan, yeah.
yeah. Dave Sullivan, yes.
Dave
That
Sullivan, his real name's Billy
is
Danhires.
Yeah, yeah, you almost confuse it with Danhausen almost like, but it's actually was it Bill hold on, let me go to his
Dan
profile here.
Danhire, I think it is.
Yeah.
Because I went to school with a William Danhire. That's weird.
Well, it makes you think of like Danhausen, you know, the wrestler. Don't really hear about too many Danhauers at all.
Really.
But he lives out in Nebraska, so yeah, should be we're the same time zone anyway.
I forget how to change the background already. It's only a day. You believe that?
I'm leaving my background the way it is. Normally I change it, but
I'm
we
gonna
have celebrity, but since you're out here, you can do that.
Yeah, but I can't remember how I did it before.
Just go to settings and go to backgrounds and background and whatever. Give me a setting on there.
Yeah, I know. It was so easy before I had it set up to where all I had to do is okay, we got it. We
Yeah.
got it. We
Okay.
got
Backgrounds and effects. That's what it
it.
is.
Got it.
I try to adjust the settings on the Zoom stuff from so it's easier for you to get in. There you go. That's perfect. That's the best one I'd say because that's what that reminds me of. I remember that period of time. That's when I
Yeah,
was a wrestling fan, kind of like, you
yeah,
know.
that's what he's doing his Hulkamania stuff. It's fake. He
Yeah,
cried at first.
kind of reminded me of my grandpa Bushy a little bit the way he looked. I didn't realize he was only 30 at the time because now he's 60. You know, it's been literally 30 years, or it'll be 30 years and later on when because
I
Hogan came what in summer of '94 to WCW.
was Kevin Sullivan's it was his Kevin Sullivan's brother that acted like he was had the what do you call it? Like he was a
He
little
was like
slow.
mentally ill or something or whatever.
Yeah, he was slow. He ran that for a couple of years.
Yeah. Let's get this ready here. Exclusive.
I wrote a bunch of shit down, but I got my iPad open too. I'm just going through some of the stuff.
That's fine. We got some time. It's only 10:02 here. I did my interview with Troy Evans earlier on. That went really well.
That was good. I was going to come on, but I had to get on a phone call with them people from the security company.
Okay.
I'm supposed to do a wrestling show Saturday night to be the champ Lou Morocco, the guy from a local guy here in Pittsburgh. I was supposed to be his manager Saturday night against one of my nemesis is the manager that I wrestled for 20 years, me and him off and on, and he's managing this new guy, so they wanted to bring me on. So me and him has this conflict, and they can drag the thing on for about 3 or 4 shows where we have them every month. You know,
Try to tell a story, huh?
but I can't do it because I'm bodyguarding a comedian Saturday night.
Oh, which comedian are you doing?
Night for something for free, you know.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to up my manager's career, and my I'm going to start doing manager work for this Keystone State Wrestling Alliance. Look them up,
Okay.
KSA. That's where I made the Hall of Fame at. And I'm
Okay.
Rocco's manager now. And the guy that's managing the guy he's wrestling for the championship, Shirley Doe, was my nemesis. The guy had always jumped in or did something to me and my brother when we were wrestling. I'm supposed to beat him up and throw him in the, go in there and do my moves on him and then roll him out, and then the champ was going to pin the guy and we'd win, you know. But
I wonder about something with you though, because you haven't wrestled in a while. I mean, do you often still practice, or do you like train to do it, or?
I do a 2-hour workout a day, but I know I'll go in there. We'll have the ring up, you know. We'll put the ring up, and I'll go in there, and then that night
I found out that Brent does that.
Okay.
and we'll go through the things that we have to do. Mainly, I'll do most of my stuff outside the ring. But you know, as a manager, they just tell you what spots we're going to hit. Like maybe I'll grab the legs ankle on the third, you know, thing off the ropes. I'll grab him by the ankle and he'll fall, or he'll come hit me, you know. And then when he goes back, I'll hit him and knock him down. We always work something through that. We always let each other know what to do. It's almost on a whim. I'm not going in the ring and doing nothing big, you know what I mean? Where I'm only doing like maybe a 5-minute spot. I don't have to really train that hard. I'm not going to pick nobody up or do something.
That's what I was kind of wondering, like how much competition are you trying to do here? You know, when it comes to that.
First time, I'm just getting in there to annoy him, but the rematch match next month is the same thing. I'm coming in, I'm going to do something. I'm going to hit him with a cane or body slam him. But John, you remember Shirley Doe?
Yeah, he's the one that got me in the ring.
That's the one. Yeah,
I turned against you to go to Shirley Doe.
Yeah, he called me up tonight and asked me to do a spot for them. He's managing a guy because he's a manager now, and he wants me to manage the other guy they're wrestling. And he wants me to get in the ring and start beating him up. And I can't do it Saturday night because I'm bodyguarding that comedian. I forget his name. Ken something. You know I am with names. I can't remember.
Is it an Asian comedian? Is it Ken Jones?
He's a black comedian, but he does that.
Okay.
He's the one that's like one of them guys that don't have material. He just sits there and rips on the crowd. Like he'll see someone in the crowd and he'll ask him what to do, and he'll go from there on. You know what I mean?
You should try to find like a guy named Tom Cotter. Tom Cotter is
he's funny as fuck.
That guy, yeah. Oh man, I laugh every time.
Here, let's see if we still
he's
on.
He's fast too.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. His name is. I'm doing Wayne Newton next month. His name's Nate Jackson.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Super Fun World Tour.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm doing. You still there?
Oh yeah.
I'm doing. March 2nd. I'm doing Wayne Newton.
Jesus Christ! How did you get so lucky to do that?
That's just he's coming to the Carnegie Music Hall.
Wayne Newton was fun to talk to.
I'm going to try to get these guys to come onto the podcast, so I'm going to need your phone number now so I can give it to them.
Yeah.
They can get you, and you can arrange all this shit.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. I would love to do that.
When I'm in the room, I can ask these guys, hey, you want to be on a podcast? Like I did that rock group Extreme and the other one, Living Keller, last week.
Talked
to the lead singer from Living Keller. They're a black rock band. And he said, I told him about our podcast, and he says, yeah, let me know before we left. And they took off on the tour bus before I could get outside to give them the information.
Wow. Because, those guys did CM Punk's theme song.
Yeah.
The song they wrote is for CM Punk's theme song, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then the other was, what did I say their name? Extreme.
Yeah. I've heard of them before.
Yeah, I did. I bodyguarded them last Wednesday.
Sure.
So I got a comedian Saturday, and then I got another comedian next Wednesday. Then I got Wayne Newton March 2nd.
I sent you my number, so so that's what it is.
I can give that to them, and they can
Yeah,
set it up.
you do
If I
that.
can get a couple people from my gigs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, that'd be
'Cause I'm
awesome.
in the room now. I'm sitting in the green room. And I don't get to
We
go
see
out in
you,
the bar.
Sam. We should
Hey,
just
Sam,
do that too. We see you, Sam.
I see your big ass head. Don't worry.
No,
You like my new Volkswagen?
Yeah, would you get a new one?
Yeah, I just got it. I picked it up today.
Is that the one with all the paintings on it? I thought that was just something you were showing everybody, like showing Volkswagens.
No, I just picked it up.
Oh, really?
yeah, that's the one's the Rapid, right? The Volkswagen or the
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a World War III wrap or two wrapping, and
yeah.
like
Don't
an
say World War
airplane.
III. Yeah, we don't need that yet, right?
What is
Now
it?
what I'm gonna do? Well, what I'm gonna do is the other bug I'm working on. I might wrap that the exact same thing as that one, make them look alike. So
Oh.
Jace has one and I have one.
What I mean, what are you into Volkswagens now?
Yeah, I might buy that one. Remember that black one I was working on with the built motor, Tom's?
Yeah.
Well, that guy wants to sell that now because he has nobody help him work on it. So I might pick that one up too with the motor and make that like a race buggy. Oh yeah, now I lost weight. I can fit in it.
Right, you look good, man. You look good, John. Keep it up.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I only lost like last week. I lost 1 pound because I was sick that whole week, and I guess all the medicine and stuff and no exercise. But this week, I didn't lose nothing or gain nothing. That was yesterday, but today I lost a pound.
You know,
I don't understand that. Why is it like that?
You probably took a healthy dump. That happens.
Yeah.
hey, my weight loss person tells me not to weigh myself like that. You can't weigh yourself every day; you'll get aggravated.
Yeah.
Hey, so whenever you get a chance, maybe tomorrow, we got to talk because I was asked. We're not on Facebook, right?
Oh, we are. We're live now. I got it all ready to go. So
Yeah, we got to talk.
we're
Yeah,
just
we
waiting
got
for
to
Bill
talk
to
about.
come.
We got to talk about something.
Yeah.
Nothing bad. I mean, I just want to talk to you about something.
Are you talking
John,
to
hey,
you and Ashley or you and me?
Me and you, because of that Keith guy, or oh my God, that Danny, or oh fuck, I'm really fucked up.
Dan O'Keefe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he
'Cause,
tried to get along with me too. It's like I don't know. I don't know the friends that John Roberts hanging out with, you know. So it's not a big deal. I'm not gonna worry about what he huh?
He thinks that we should do like which was it John's father that died or John's friend?
No, it's just a friend. Somebody
Okay.
well, he has
He
nothing to do
thinks
with
it's a
yeah,
he
he has
thinks
nothing
it's
to
a
do with our
father.
show.
Right.
Yeah, he no, he if it was his father or something, that'd be a little different story. But no,
Right.
it's just a friend. He's had a lot.
Okay.
He's lost a lot of friends, so it's not even an issue we even have to talk about. That's between him.
Okay.
That's between him and his friends and all that.
What I understand you
Right.
when Daniel O'Keefe leaves all the messages, you never say nothing on the.
I answer every one of his messages. It's hard for me to do that because when we're live, I don't want to keep breaking in every time someone says something.
Yeah.
And I try to answer as much as I can because I'm trying to pay attention to the show. Plus, I'm trying to text people.
Sure. Well, our guest is arriving here.
Okay.
So, here he is.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on,
How you
Bill?
doing?
Hey,
How you doing?
good. I'm doing
Good,
good. How are
guys.
you, man? How are
Good,
you?
good, man.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, good to have you on. We're very excited. I was able to get two of my other crew members. I have a few more too, but these are the guys that wanted to participate tonight. So it's maybe kind of a round table type of discussion, but it's okay. I'm sure you're used to
Good.
that.
I like that.
All right, perfect. Well, I'll start off with a little introduction, and then we'll kind of just go into it. Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? As you know, we're a bit live. We're live here on Facebook, so just so you know too, Bill, that we're live, so we're promoting the whole thing. Uh, this is Frankie Slauson, the host of Renegade Radio, and tonight we are joined by, well, along with Screamin' Sam and Mad Dog, we are joined by former WCW superstar and legendary pro wrestler. Well, we know him in the professional world as Dave Sullivan, but his real name is Bill Hauser or Dan Howner?
Danenhauer, like Schwarzenegger.
Danhauer.
Long way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, short, like Neba or whatever. If you watch the Super Bowl anyway. Dan, we are so happy or Bill, we are so happy to have you here. I, just added you just recently as a friend on Facebook, and I was just like, that guy looks familiar. Like I don't remember you from being the Equalizer and all that stuff, but I do remember the picture of you and Hulk Hogan, and I was trying to figure out, hey, but I remember that guy, and so I figure. Let's have him on. Let's see if he's a real. Let's see how he's doing, and let's see if he really exists and whatever. And right from now, he's exists. So, welcome to the show, man. We appreciate
Thank you very much. I'm good to be here.
Oh, we're glad to have you, man. It's just
It's an honor. It's an
it's
honor.
a right. Yes, it's an honor.
It's an honor for me too.
I love it, brother. I was a pro wrestler. I love every minute of it.
Well, thank you, sir.
Well, yeah, well, before we start the interview, we always like to introduce our crew and everything to the people who we're interviewing, just to let them know, because all the people that I have on my crew when we do the shows on Monday nights all have something to do with entertainment. And so these two guys are brothers, first of all, and we'll just start off with Mad Dog. Well, and Scream Sam will go last. So Mad Dog, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, Bill? I'm Mad Dog Tony Lutz. I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. I was a professional wrestler for 20 years here just in Pittsburgh. Never got nowhere far, but I stayed around local. I just recently made it into the Keystone State Wrestling Alliance's Hall of Fame. I'm in there with Bruno Sammartino and Beppo and Guido Mongo and all the George the Animal Steel. I wrestled with Nikolai Volkov. I did the Bushwhackers. I used to do the local stuff, the church hall stuff, but I did wrestle for a while. My brother up top of me is Scream King, who's my manager. He'll introduce himself. But I had a nice little thing going for about 18 years. And I finally got recognized this November 4th as Mad Dog Day in Pittsburgh. I got the key to the city, and I retired with the Keystone State Wrestling Alliance.
Very good. Very cool.
And we have Screaming Sam. Go ahead, man.
I was a Sam Kinison and tribute artist. So I've been an entertainer for a while. I had my own internet. I had my own internet TV show, radio show back in Florida, and the Screaming Sam show. And also was an entrepreneur when I lived in Pittsburgh and Florida. I had a bunch of businesses and stuff like that. So this was me when I was back in the day when I was doing Sam. And it's like,
okay.
Pretty
it's like a dead-on impression when I did it. I mean, I was sponsored by the family and everything, so it was really cool. But I'll tell you what, one of the best times I had was with my brother being his manager, because, man, people are so into that stuff. I mean, so into wrestling, and I used to always get spit at and kicked at because I turned on my brother one time. They were calling me a fat motherfucker. These are little kids,
We sold the story one day so long his kid wouldn't even ride home with him.
But I had a lot of fun doing that, and I also had a business called Screaming, Joe Lauren's boxing page with Screaming Sam, and we used to have topless boxers and stuff like that, which was fun. I like that one too.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
I'm barely hearing you guys.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we hear you pretty good. I mean, you must have. Are you having some internet connection issues at all? Do you ever have that at all?
It seems like, I don't know.
That's better. It seems like you might have your microphone covered.
Yeah, can you hear us better?
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, because now I can hear. Now we can hear you pretty good. Like you better. There you go. Did you get it all figured out?
You guys you sound muffled for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, well, that's not our audio. Everybody else sounds good because I got good internet. He got good internet. Bad Dog has good internet. So I don't know.
You're recording this, right?
You on your phone?
I think he's on his phone.
If you're on your phone, you might have his speaker covered.
He's got one of those iPhones. They're junk. No, I'm only kidding.
That's good.
I just don't know. I could hear you, but it's just you guys sound muffled.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Before. It's just
Now we
weird.
can't hear you.
Yeah, see now you're
Yeah, I
self.
think you're down on
Now I got you. Now we're
okay.
good. There we go.
Okay,
Okay, good.
perfect. Yeah, because I was gonna say we have pretty good audio. We always have. Everybody see here. I had to upgrade my microphone or turn the volume up a couple weeks ago because I guess I was low, but I didn't know that until I listened to the recording and it's just like, oh, that was pretty loud, but it's all good. It's all good. So
Yep.
we're excited to have you on, Bill. Renegade Radio has had a lot of success of having a lot of good entertainers. So for us to be around for a short period of time, since August of last year, we've been able to interview a lot of cool people, and I wanted to know more about you and your career because the Dave Sullivan character or EVAD or whatever you want to call it, to me was one of the greatest characters pre NWO WCW.
I appreciate that. I grew up in Denver, then Omaha here, and played college football here locally at University of Nebraska at Omaha with Coach Buda. And then I got a little bit of time with the Steelers before I got cut. And then I went into teaching and coaching there first. I graduated and got my master's at UNO. And then I met Harley Race, and that's kind of how I got into the wrestling business.
Okay, Harley Race kind of kicked it off for you.
Yeah, Harley Race and Bob, and then I was trained by Bobby Geigel and finished with Grappler.
Okay.
Lenny Denton too. Didn't you go with Lenny Denton for a while?
Yes, we were tag team. Grappler and I were tag team partners for quite a while. Yeah, with the Wrecking Crew.
With the NWA.
Yes,
that's how I figured. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
Thank you.
I remember you back then, believe it or not, because we just were starting to get cable then. You could actually watch from the other side of the wrestling world, because we only got the WWF. We only got
That's right.
Wrestling. You know what I mean? We couldn't watch everybody else. We were only one set for one territory at the time. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, same thing. I grew up with AWA because of Denver and Omaha, and they were the big territory back then when I was growing up. AWA with Vern Gagne, Harley, and all them guys.
Right.
Was really big in this area.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my guy got me going was Jumpin' Johnny DeFazio, lived in our neighborhood. And other guy, Rocky Hoke, he was the Roman Gladiator. They were the WWF Tag Teams champion. They were both city policemen. So I was trained by them and a guy named Ken Jugan. You remember Lord Zoltan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord Zoltan, Kenny Jugan's the one who got me started and was my trainer. Okay. Yeah, I trained him many a nights. Kenny's a good guy, man. Just retired. He had knee surgery not too long ago. But Kenny was a big time wrestling promoter around here. He promoted, the Steel City Wrestling and all that was in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean?
Right.
Enough about me. Let's get on with you. You got such an amazing career. Got a lot of stuff written down. I got to ask you about.
Okay.
Yeah, he was pretty excited to be part of this. So just like, hey, the more the merrier, man.
Yeah.
So go ahead, let's learn about yourself. Well, first of all, you look totally different than you did 30 years ago. I will say that you looked not what I would expect you to look, because back in those days, and you look at the picture of what Mad Dog has, the famous photo from your WCW days, you kind of look like back in those days, you look like my grandpa Bushy with the mustache, long hair from my Uncle Todd, and they kind of look like that too. But you don't look like that no more. You look different. You look like a whole new person.
What do I look like now?
You look like a gym teacher.
Look like a rock and roll singer.
Like what?
You look like a rock and roll guy.
Like a gym teacher.
Like Penguin.
You guys are good.
Oh, you look like a football coach or something. I know you do something with athletics anyway, but
I'm kind of semi-retired now. I teach and then substitute teach. And then I'll do some stuff with MWA down here locally, wrestling wise.
Okay.
Someone want to know on the internet about the WCW power plant.
Yeah.
Ask them about the WCW power plant.
Yeah. We used to go down there and do workout stuff and everything like that. The power plant. You know, when we were all with WCW.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what they had told me to ask. And someone's put Bob Footit Jr.
Yeah.
Anybody know him?
I don't know who
I
that
think
is.
that, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he was back there training when we were all working for the WCW
Oh, okay.
in the car
Okay.
plant.
Yeah. I try to answer the people too as much as I can because I don't know a lot about wrestling.
Was Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker in charge of that
Yep.
when you were there too?
Him and gosh dang it, him and Jody. He was the wrestler in the mask. Jody Hamilton. Jody Hamilton and Buddy Lee ran it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, we're talking about the early days of WCW. We're talking like pre-NWO, and I say that because we all know that eventually WCW eventually would go more mainstream when the Monday Night Wars when they had Nitro. But this is before the days of Nitro. This is like WCW Saturday Night, WCW Pro.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking like the All Star Subclass champions, so all that stuff.
And stuff like that. Huh?
It was run differently, but it was like more. It felt more natural. Like I got introduced to WCW eventually through though that time period, but watching the Clash of Champions on free TV, TBS, and I think that was the first time a major organization would allow their event to be televised for free on local cable because
Right.
it was a different time period, and I enjoyed that time because I was a big WCW fan and still am.
No, thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of yours. I even followed you in 1990 with when you went with Catch Wrestling. You remember?
Oh yeah,
Then
with
that was
Otto Bonds.
Tokyo Dome when you fought Scott Norton.
Yeah, that's when I was Equalizer and Barbarian. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you went to Global Wrestling right after that. After that, he went up on you, is what they say in our business. You know that you moved on to the Global Wrestling stage, right?
Right, Dallas. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rod Price and all them guys.
Then you changed your name to Captain Ron, and you went on the Global World.
They kind of Akbar kind of come up with that.
With the Puerto Rican did the United Kingdom tour, right?
Yeah.
As Captain Ron. I thought, see, buddy, I'm so excited for the night. I might have to get your phone number and tell you after. Mad Dog, I'm out of my mind. I love interviewing guys that like we weren't all on TV all the time, but we did our work. You know what I mean? I want to hear some of your locker room stuff. There's always controversy in the locker room when you went back. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't. I tell you what, it wasn't too bad. And once in a while you had one, but not. I mean, it wasn't real bad. Just once in a while you'd have a situation come up because of egos. And I think people forget. I think people forget it's a work. And you both got to make it work. Otherwise, if you don't both get over it, doesn't work.
Right.
It is a work, but the thing is, there is magic when it comes to pro wrestling. I am so sick and tired of when people say the F word about it. Fake, of course, blah 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 blah. When there's a lot of work that goes into.
You do it so many days out of the year. Is the thing. You do it so many days out of the year. You don't get a break. Right. Back then, we do 2 shows a day. Some days.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd beat your body up.
Yeah, and it's like
if you didn't work, you'd be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
When you make it to the WCW, I guess the locker room stuff is your stuff. Yourself when we were coming up through the lights like a wrestling in little church halls and that. You had to step on the guy next to you. You weren't getting to that next stage. I always had someone trying to cut my throat. Oh no, not tonight. I'm wrestling this guy. You're not going. And what are you talking about? Get in line, pal. And then you had your little scuffles in the locker room all the time.
Yeah.
I remember my big debut. I was wrestling Nikolai Volkov, and I'm like, this guy's like, no, you're nobody. I'm the champ here. I'm like, no, you're not, man. This is my big kick. This is to throw me over to the next, up to the next, division or whatever. I remember fighting all the time in the locker room. I wouldn't take their shit, and they hated me sometimes. But it is. You live another day, right, Bill?
Yeah. When you get in the WC or even Japan too, and Catch, it was all handled by the office, so there wasn't a lot of fighting. But you're right, going through the church halls and stuff like that, there was more of that, yeah. But in Catch in Japan, I mean, you pretty much deal with the agents and you try to follow basically the thing and then go out there. The difference between Japan and anywhere else is a lot stiffer. I mean, it was stiff. That's why
Yeah.
you only do 10, 12-day tours and you come home, just because you're a little more physical.
And you're
Yeah.
working a lot of greenhorns, man. They don't know how to work. So, you know what I mean? They work hard. People that worked hard, you didn't want to work next time. You know what I mean? You didn't want
Somebody wants
to be able to make it to the second show that night. You had to do 2 shows. You want to be all beat up. Hey, let's do this. Work easy, work nice. Let's work together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Guys,
Hey,
Very
want to
true.
somebody asked if you have any funny road stories for us on like something, I guess, anything funny happened on the road, or
traveling to the next cities or something.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, when you put a bunch of us ding dongs together, things happen sometimes. uh, there's a few of them, but I remember getting off in Chicago, and it was me and Sting in a car, and the Nasty Boys were in another car, and a couple guys tried to run us off the road, and I didn't even realize this, but Sting had his piece with him and everything, and I'm like going, okay. People got off the road in a quick hurry. Yeah, I didn't realize, but he had a carry on them, and he had it. I don't know if he would be able today, but we did back in the 90s and stuff, and everything in 80s. And guys could get, they'd have to put them through their luggage, but they could still get them through the, through the airport.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
So my question to you is, like, for all the things that you've done in your career and your life, other than having an interest in wrestling, why become a professional wrestler? What about that, other than who inspired you or who helped you, but what made you want to become a wrestler?
Well, I tell you what, I used to watch it a lot when it was come to town here, the AWA, and watch all those guys. And Andre the Giant would come to town once in a while because he was with the WWF, but every once in a while they'd bring them come to the other territories. When he walked in the ring, it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. And so it kind of always interested me there when I saw that when I was a kid growing up. Then I went up to St. Cloud State as an assistant coach. And we had a big show on there and for fundraising. And you had this was the AWA when they were probably the top thing. You had Ken Patera, Andre the Giant, Jesse the Body was there. This is before he got sick and had to go into announcing. And I handled a lot of the security because I was assistant coach there. So I got to meet a lot of the guys. And that's kind of what really turned me on to doing it. Was that you're sitting down with those guys. But I always liked it as a kid. I mean, I always watched the AWA and all the storylines and stuff like that back in the day. And I love Nick Bockwinkel. I think he was a great worker and all that stuff. So, I mean, people like that, you kind of grew up him, Harley Race, and of course, Vern was the top baby face at that time. But you just really enjoyed it as watching as a kid. That meant a lot to you.
And I know
the Civic Auditorium in Omaha,
yeah.
watch them a lot.
And I know too, like when people were starting to recognize who you were, I mean they threw you in with Kevin Sullivan, and they threw you in with Hulk Hogan and Sting and Macho Man and Jimmy Hart. I mean, that had to be like cloud nine for you,
Yeah, well, because you kind of watch those guys. When Hogan was in Rocky III, then after that he took off big because that's when he left the AWA and went to Vince, and so he got big, and and then you're in the ring with them all. And then Jesse, I remember meeting him when he was still wrestling. Then I saw him when he was announcing the WCW. I sit down and talk to him, kind of when he started being governor too. So Jesse's a cool and very interesting person, very intelligent.
Oh, I'm sure. Back in those days, the territory days, I'm sure it feels different because, now, I mean, I know they say that the territory days are over, but I still feel like when you call something like a federation or like Ring of Honor or AEW or whatever, that even though that's a brand, but I still feel like it's its own territory. Would you agree,
I do
Ty?
too. I think they've kind of come back in their pockets. We got a couple here in the Midwest that are doing pretty good, and I'm sure you guys got some out east. You're in Minnesota, right?
Yep.
One of you guys are, and I'm sure you got some up there too that are doing well. And yeah, I think those are the small territories and probably the breeding ground for Vince because they're other than NXT, you don't really have any breeding ground to bring up talent anymore.
Well, AEW has been doing pretty good about that. You see how big a roster they have? Do you ever watch AEW?
Yeah. I mean, that's helping too because that's given two federations where guys can go into when they start out in these local independents and start working. Because right now, back in the day, once you were trained, you can go territory to territory. You can't do that anymore. You're either in the big or you're building it up.
Do you
Yeah.
watch what AEW quite often, and do you compare it to WCW? Does it feel kind of like a modern day WCW kind of to you?
Kind of a little bit, yeah. I think it does more than the WWF because I think they try to work and have more storylines than the WWF is. The WWF now, WWE, I should say. I'm sorry. The WWE to me is just a lot of walking and talking.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
AEW still trying to work and wrestle and tell a story through the match and what they're trying to do. Where the WWE, it's all they're telling their story by just talking for half an hour.
yeah.
Hey,
Hey, when
somebody
But you
want to know
can't
if
say
you were
nothing bad.
close.
They're making a ton of money. The last pay per view, but it's going to
Yeah.
be interesting to see how this thing pans out with Vince.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
want to know if you were
You
close
know,
to.
for being back east, there's a lot of baggage with Vince McMahon.
Oh, absolutely,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah. Somebody want to know if you were close to Vern Gagne and his son.
Got you.
Vern Gagne, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Gagne.
yeah, Gagne, and also
Gagne,
and also
Gagne, they're all the same.
and great
Vagina.
Gagne.
Hey, I always wanted to know if you were with WCW and your tag team. Who's your favorite tag team partner? I know you tag team with Rick Rude and Paul Orndorff when you were the Equalizer.
Yeah, I love those two guys. I traveled a lot, and had a lot of fun with those guys.
Really?
They were both different in their style, but they were both very good technicians, very good wrestlers, very good workers. Kevin was like me; he was just a brawler. You know what I'm saying? But Rude was a very good, talented wrestler, and so was Paul. But Paul was
Wow.
physical too. Paul could get after your ass.
Oh yeah,
You-
absolutely. We're gonna be having
It's too bad they're both gone because they're really good people.
we're gonna be having his son on here in a couple weeks here, Travis.
Are you? Yeah,
Yeah.
tell him hello. He's a very nice young man. I remember when he was a little kid.
Yeah, he's going to be joining us here in a couple weeks, and then next week we got Vincent Barry. He's an author. He wrote a book about Black Bart, the original Black Bart,
Oh,
the wrestler. So
okay. I
yeah,
remember Black Bart. Yeah.
oh yeah. So yeah, and I know I'm asking a lot of questions about WCW, but that was like I said, that's the time period that I remember you at the most, and I just like, so when they decided to do the stuff with you and Hogan and all that stuff, like like how'd that all get set up? Like how obviously you must have had a meeting about it or something because I know it's a big storyline. There was a big storyline in the mid-90s to end or what the almost 30-year anniversary of that here second half of this year, but how'd that all kind of come together?
Well, be honest with you, it was a lot of Kevin's idea. Kevin, people don't realize, so Kevin was a very smart wrestling guy. That's why he was probably a booker in Florida when there was the territory. Then he was on the committee there at WCW, the NWA for a couple times. So he really was it was kind of his idea. Then him and Hogan kind of stormed it together because back then Hogan had, he had the final say on a lot of stuff. That was in his contract. And so they kind of come up with it. And we just talked. We were over in Europe on the European tour in England and all that stuff. And we just started talking about it. And then we started putting the story together as we got back.
Yeah. And the rest is pretty much history, pretty much. So,
Buck,
what?
you Bunkhouse Buck?
What's that?
Do you remember Bunkhouse? Bunkhouse
Oh
Buck?
yeah,
I
Buck's a
wrestled
great
him.
guy.
I wrestled in him in the '87 or '88. That was another match that I did that I was pretty proud because he worked with me. I mean, he was worried about me all the time because I was a greenhorn, and he took care of me. And we talked for hours after the match. He was just so open with me about what to expect and who to expect,
Buck's a great guy, no question. He was a great worker, but also very had a few beer. Used to talk to him a lot and drink a lot of beer. I hope he's still with us. I don't even know. You don't hear about a lot of people when they pass.
More. That's when he's with Dirty Dick Slater, right? Weren't they the tag team partners?
Yeah.
Bunkhouse Buck and
on too. I know Dick passed.
I know Dick passed. Yeah. Another guy I was pretty good. The Bushwhackers, man, they were so good to me the night I wrestled them. They even took my mom out of the crowd, made her march around the ring while I was in there. and they were kissing her and licking her. My mom was a little heavy, mean Italian woman. She wanted to beat the shit out of both of them. When the Bushwhackers were there.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
They're back in Australia, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
I think Luke or Butch, or I think one of them passed away. I believe Luke did or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one was doing a spot for somebody. I don't know if one of the local wrestling shows that are on TV now. He was doing a spot for them. I don't know if he was gonna. He ain't looking too good these days, but neither who are is. I'm gonna be 63. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be 63 tomorrow, and I walk like a penguin because both knees are gone.
That's funny.
How old were you, Billy, when you started wrestling?
Oh, I'm 60 now. So
Roughly.
started in 88,
Oh, okay.
87.
Or like maybe 25, 26, maybe.
Yeah, it says 87,
Or
88. God, time
maybe
goes
younger
so
than
fast.
that.
I went
Yeah.
to school with a Billy Danhire.
What's that?
There's a guy I went to school with in Pittsburgh. His name's the same as yours, Billy Danhire Jr. That's how I said.
Really?
Relations over here somewhere.
There's two of us there. I didn't know there was.
Yeah.
That's strange to have that name. Two of us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. He's 63. His name's Billy Danhire Jr. Yep. And his dad was Billy Danhire Sr. You know,
That's the way we are. That's crazy.
You tried out for the Steelers? Did I hear that before?
Yeah. I was a free agent
Thank
trial
you.
with the Steelers.
That's where I live, man. I live not too far away from the stadium. Yeah.
Yeah,
Live in my
we
walk.
used to up there in Latrobe, up there at St. Vincent's College.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Home of Arnold Palmer.
Yeah. Good old Arnold Airport. Yeah.
Yeah.
I live right in Mount Washington. We overlook the city. You can see the stadium from our houses. You know what I mean? It's beautiful up here.
Are you a Steeler fan?
Oh, absolutely.
More than you know.
You better be. They'll get you in that town. They're serious Steeler fans.
Yeah, you don't come in here with a Cincinnati Bengals shirt on or a Baltimore Ravens.
I did that once. Even at hockey, they're big supporters. And I moved to Florida for 20 years, and I was I have a bar up in Mount Washington in Pittsburgh, and I was in my own bar, and I'm yelling. They were playing Penguins against the what was this? Florida was the Lightning, right?
Oh,
Yeah, the Lightnings.
Yeah.
And I yelled out in my bar, I go, "Go Lightning!" And that was it. I almost got kicked out of my own bar. They were pissed off.
Yeah, they're Penguin. They're serious Penguin. Yeah, and same thing with the Pirates and all those guys.
The
I like
Pirates.
to play around.
It's out. I don't know if you've ever been on our baseball stadium. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean,
The new one.
it's amazing. Yeah, you got to come
Is
up.
it?
Next time you're in Pittsburgh, let me know. I'll take you to a game, man. Third base side, beautiful.
Okay.
Spark you
that.
over, you know.
Yeah, and we were talking about, when people say that, everything's all scripted and whatever, and it is what it is, but of course there comes injuries, and I'm sure you never walked out of there unscathed. I'm sure you had some injuries in your life.
Oh yeah, I got
what
most
kind
of my
of-
injuries from wrestling.
What all happened to you?
Well, I had both my knee quadricep tendons torn, so I had to have both the knees repaired with a tendon. Then I bicep tendon tore one time when I landed wrong on a table, and then I didn't know this, but I found out at my 50th birthday I broke my back sometime when I was working. I never knew it. I just drank and took pills and got by it.
Wow.
So I mean, but it healed up fine on its own. It's healed up fine, but shit, I never knew I did it.
Jeez. And then you got yourself into shape because, like I said, you look like a football. You are kind of a football coach or whatever. And you have that persona, and I've seen you with your shirt off, or not shirt off, or with your arms out anyway. Like on some videos that I watched of you recently, and like I said, you look more in shape now than you did back when you were wrestling. Honestly, I mean,
That's not fair, brother. That's not.
no.
You're
But
supposed to be my friend.
yeah,
You're supposed to be my friend.
Yeah, I am your friend. And I'm telling you, you look like somebody who I definitely would want to mess
That's
with.
a compliment, maybe. You know what? You look good
Yeah.
for 60.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
He's
You
that
probably,
low man. Ain't you what,
you
6'4"?
probably have like a 6-pack or whatever, you know. I mean, who knows? You know, you don't hold muscles.
You guys are
Yeah.
you guys are
Hey,
you guys are
Bill, I
great.
did that. Hey, Bill, I did abs today. I did a 6-pack and a pizza. That's my ab routine.
Yeah, we have humor around here, man. We joke around a lot, you know, improvise. We got
You, you,
a Sam
you guys
Kinison,
are good.
you know. I mean, that's the first thing.
I'm trying to be nice, Sean. I'm trying to be nice.
Oh,
Did you,
yeah.
you guys get together and ever have a beer, the three of you guys?
No, well, we've never met in
I
person.
bet you.
This is
I
all.
bet you if you did, it'd be a hell of a story. A hell of
Oh
a time.
man,
Hey, Billy, I'd take you out, make you take back shit you never stole the next day, buddy. You want to go out with me? I drink for
Bill,
days.
I live in Ohio right now, so I go to Pittsburgh a lot because of family in my bar. But you ever go, and my brother, you know, I'll go with you guys, and we'll have some fun.
See, I live out in Minnesota, so I'm farther away. I'm more close to Canada than anything else, you know.
You're too cold.
How far north are you?
Oh, probably we'll see. I live in Brooks, so we're probably probably an hour and a half or so from the Canadian border, depending on which way you go. You know,
Are
because
you
there's
up?
many
Are
different
you how
routes
close are
over.
you to Fargo and North and
Oh, or
up
North
there
Dakota?
that you that
Oh,
way?
about 45 minutes from Grand Forks, and about an hour and a half from Fargo.
Oh, I know where you're at then. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Because when we
some
play
of the bit.
football, we're in the North Central UNO, so we always
Okay,
play North Dakota up there in Fargo, and then North Dakota and Grand Forks, then North Dakota State and
okay.
Fargo.
Well, geez, next time for sure. If you come, I mean, how often you guys do that every year then, or?
No, I don't do it. This is back when I played.
Oh, back when
When
you played. Okay, okay. Because I was like, geez, that's kind of cool.
Hey,
You know,
Sean, what do you do for fun up here? Do you do cow tipping and stuff like that, or what? Where you live?
yes, we
I
tip
don't even
cows.
know if cows do cows survive up in that cold shit.
Barely. I'm not a farmer, so I work at a damn casino, so that's my job.
I ain't gonna ask you about the sheep. I'm gonna keep that one to somebody else.
Yeah, that's your job. You're supposed to take care of the sheep there, Anthony. Yeah, Anyway. No, I live in northern Minnesota, so it's like, you know, Grand Forks and Fargo kind of make things a little bit more. It's like those are our Minneapolises, we'll just say, you
Right.
know, for all the small town people that are around the area. So that's only like
Right.
a 5-minute drive. I grew up in Greenbush, which is like an hour away from where I live right now. I only moved to a different location because one, I want to get the fuck out of Greenbush, and two, I just want to be closer to my job at the Seven Clans Casino where I work as a security guard.
Do you work in Fargo or Grand Forks?
Now I work in Thief River Falls.
Okay.
Which is,
Okay. No, you're not far from
yeah,
Thief River. Okay.
yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I mean, it's only about 10-minute drive to the casino from where I live, so it's not that
Well, I
bad.
lived up in St. Cloud. I used to go to a lot of those areas to fish and stuff like that. So I
Oh
remember
yeah,
Thief River and
yeah.
all that stuff.
You probably are familiar with Lake of the Woods, then probably. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's about a good couple hours from where I live now. But
Coldest winter I ever spent in my life up there in St. Cloud.
oh, and so you live in Nebraska. So is that where is that your home turf, kind of where you're from? Or you said Denver.
I grew up Denver. Then we moved here when I was in high school. Then I went to
Okay.
college. So I've been here, and then I came back in 2001.
When I lived in Rapid City, South Dakota, about 10 years ago, I went through a town called Alliance, Nebraska. Are you
Yeah,
familiar with
that's Southwest.
Alliance?
I know where that is.
Yeah,
What took you to Alliance?
The KCAL radio station, KCOW.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I was into meeting those the guy. I found him on Facebook and I met him through Facebook, and we're actually a friend of mine and mine. We were working at Black Hills Fox TV at the time in Rapid
Mhm.
City, and we're both wrestling fans.
Mhm.
So the episode of Monday Night Raw where Goldberg makes his return in Denver, we went there. So on the
Okay.
next day, we went to Alliance to see my friends at the radio station and check out the station. And we went that way. So we went to Sydney and went to the Cabela's headquarters and stuff. We didn't know that was where they were located and everything. There's a big ass building that they have over there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we
You
went
saw a
to
lot of
Alliance.
cattle out there. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of windmills and everything too. I
Yeah, a lot
DJ'd
of
for a short
windmills. Yeah.
time. I DJ'd for a short time and went to a town called Valentine, Nebraska as well. So,
Okay. Oh my God.
so
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody said on John Wayne Lenhart is one of our are great people to watch our show. He said he's from around that area too. He said it was 42 below once he's seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
42 below. I couldn't even believe that. I mean,
that's normal
up
here.
here at 5 degrees, 42 below. I'd be like, forget about it. I'd be done. I'd have to go back
Well, we've
to
been
Florida.
lucky this wet season. I mean, it hasn't really been that bad. We've had a couple cold days or whatever, but the worst it got was like below 40. That was just for a day.
That year I lived up in St. Cloud, it didn't get above 2 below during the winter, and we got 84 inches of snow, and not a thing, that damn thing melted till May.
Damn.
Jeez.
And then it went all right in the Missouri River because the river sits right there with the college sits on the river.
The Mississippi, yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota's a crazy area. That's why I understand why people move or go to Arizona in the wintertime.
Same thing from Nebraska too. They'll go south. You're right.
I'm a dumbass to move. I'm a dumbass to move from Florida to Ohio to retire.
Yeah, I know. You're the crazy one.
So
Yeah,
I guess
most of us people from Pittsburgh go south. He comes north, the idiot.
Yeah.
So I guess the biggest question I have, and probably the last question I have to complete the interview, and I'll let these other guys ask any questions if they have anything left over. What do you want people to remember from your wrestling career? Like, you know, like if you're ever in a Hall of Fame or whatever, or if people want to remember you, which they should, because you have a body of work that's unbelievable, that should get more feedback anyway. What do you want people to remember about your wrestling career?
I was willing to work hard and work with people, and then also I was open to doing different characters, which I did a lot of different characters, which I kind of enjoyed that part of the business. And I would just a guy that worked hard and was there every day, and didn't miss unless I was injured, didn't miss a day.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's a good way to sum it up anyway.
You ever tell people I was a wrestler back in the day and this was me, and they'd be like, "Yeah, right, buddy."
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, looks good. I think it looks good.
They go, "That's not you." I go, "Yeah, it is."
See, that's me.
Just
My
look at
brother.
it. I said, "I'm afraid it is."
Yeah.
That was me. They said I look like Rick Steiner. That was me behind me with my brother.
I know you do. You do look like Rick Steiner there.
I actually filled in for him one time, like they did a thing, because I even got the same tattoos he got. It's not because I wanted to get his. It just happened that way. But even the wrestling dolls look like me, look like him. It's just ridiculous.
Right.
Because
Yeah, my father takes advantage of the wrestling dolls. He tells everybody it's him.
Yeah. Wrestling dolls say, "Hey, look, it's me."
You sign it and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I've done that with Sam Kinison. I mean, I kept telling everybody, everyone thinks I'm Sam. They want me to sign autographs. So one time I go to Sturgis with his brother, Bill Kinison. And I was, Bill, we're walking down out of a concert. I actually sang Wild Thing on the stage, and Bill's walking with me, and everyone's going, "Can I get your autograph? I'm a big fan of yours." And I start trying to explain to these people I'm not really him. And Bill said, "Dude, if they don't know he's dead, just go with it. Just sign his name, whatever." But
Dude got a dead man's
I said, "It's my
autograph."
brother Bill." They're taking pictures.
Hey, him and Bill Kennison got Sam Kessin's tattoo on his arm.
Yeah.
No, look at the Sharpay. Show him, you fat ass. It's all wrinkled up. You can tell we're brothers, right, Bill?
Yeah, I can tell you guys are tight, man.
Well, we appreciate you, Bill, and I tell you what, this has been a fun interview. We don't want to hold you
that was
longer.
great. I'm glad I participated.
Absolutely, I'm glad you did too.
It's an honor meeting all three of you guys.
Yeah, and for anybody that wants to know more about you, how can they do that?
What's that now?
For anybody that wants to learn more about you, if they haven't done it already with our interview, like I said, if they should go back, look at your archive of work, how can they learn more about you? Like, if they want to be a friend or whatever.
Online, Googling, and then Facebook probably is the best thing. And people get in touch with me on Facebook all the time, and I'll always answer them back and stuff. So
that's
I'm
awesome.
going to add you on Facebook myself.
Okay.
Bill, I'm going to get on tonight, and I'm going to friend you.
Okay.
Mad Dog Anthony Lutz, and then we can maybe get together and share some body of work,
Yeah, mine's John
Gotcha.
Lutz. Yeah, I'm John Lutz on Facebook.
All right. Well, on that note, and I'm Frankie Slauson, just so you know. On that note, I want to say thank you, Bill, and thank Mad Dog.
Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you guys. I appreciate it.
You're a legend in our hearts, anyway.
You are mine too. I appreciate this. This is awesome.
All right. See you next time. Bye
Hope
bye.
to see
All
you
right,
again,
buddy.
brother.